Alright, what is up, YouTube? We're doing more Spider-Man. This time it's standard. We are playing with Cavero Mindbitten. This is like, I don't know the name. It's one of the Spider-Man cards. But what it does is the important thing. It is a creature that comes into play as a copy of a creature in your graveyard. So, kind of like a Reanimate. It's a 4/4 instead of whatever the creature's stats are. But kind of like Reanimate, except for it checks for cards that say if cast. So we have Bringer of the Last Gift. It says when it enters, if you cast it, you get to do a living end effect. So you flip the board with the graveyard, blow up everything on the board, the graveyard comes back. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting sort of powerful combination of things, and we're borrowing a lot of the components of the VV Cauldron deck, just because like that deck is already really good at setting up the graveyard. Obviously, you went VV and then your Cauldron to get the VV out of the graveyard. So similar stuff going on here, except for this deck doesn't need VV. So if VV ends up getting banned, you can just take out the 2 VVs. But VV is another card that works pretty well with this, where you end up with a 4-mana VV, except for your VV already has 4 power. So the turn I play the VV, I can immediately pay for itself. I can play a Profs, Steam Core Scholar, Winter Night Stories, Flashback, whatever the hell I want. Which is really nice. It's a big deal. Like, if you have Profs in play, you can play this, make 4 mana, play Winter Night Stories, harmonize it for 1 mana. That's 4 mana total, and then you get to put 6 counters on a creature. So, really powerful stuff. Have some Valgavoths as another reanimator type thing going on here. And another important note I want to make is how well Overlord works with this, where your Overlord actually finds your Zombify. So that's not something that's typically going to happen in Magic. It's very rare that reanimates are creatures. There's like Valgavoth's Faithful, for example, but this one is more powerful just because it's cheaper. And it also works with Bringer of the Last Gift. So, to round things out, we have Proft, Abrade. Trying out this is just like a beater that you can put Proft things on, and it has the flip side. So, just new card, trying a new card. But of course, Fear of Missing Out. Another card that's solid with this, just a 4/4. Fear of Missing Out isn't that big of a deal. Steam Core Scholar is another one, just 4/4 Flying Vigilance. So, even Emmett Selch, I don't know if this is actually better than Steam Core or Tursa, but since we have black in the deck, I figure I may as well try it. Mana base, hugely upgraded from Multiversal Passage. All 3 color decks are going to be a lot better because this thing exists. It buffs the Verges. It makes your mana base just solid. You just get more different colored sources. That's a big deal. Sideboard, we have Duress, Torch, and Trajectory as removal, negate, Abrades. Preacher, for if you think your opponent's going to mess up your graveyard, you can pivot to more mid-range, and then we've got some Revenants as extra life gain sources. So that is it for the deck. This one's really spicy, so it's a sweet one. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want the list, it's in the description, and I will see you all in the games. Alright, let's see if this Black Overlord can mill over a Bloodghast for me. It did. Get my Gray Merchant. So now we want a Nykthos. Daddy wants a Nykthos. Uh-oh. Well. They're getting murdered. Yeah, I mean, not to be greedy, but I'll take another Bloodghast. Okay, Bloodletter. So if I can live to this Gray Merchant, might be cooking. Question is, can we do that? Okay, I don't think this... I mean, this is going to make their board very big. Doesn't do too much beatdowns, but yeah, you get a 1/1 counter and everything. Tap, untapped. This works for a token, so bang, bang. It's 2. I don't know if we're dead or not. tap, get one can tap itself. Another, so they get 1 here is 5. I don't think we're dead. Draw a card. One question is, are they dead? Well, now we're probably dead. That's unfortunate. They just ripped into the Floodmaw off the random card. I think we had lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 4. So 18, 22. 22 with the Grey Merchant if the Bloodletter gets to connect. Well, what can you do? Alright, fair enough. I want to say it was pretty gross. Maybe we can do a little bit of interacting and clean things up. I think I need some amount of Thoughtseizes because that enchantment's problematic. Like the blue-green mythic they played is a pretty terrible magic card, but it's in their deck because of the enchantment. So like, if I just take the enchantment and they play the mythic, I don't really care. It's only good if you can, you know, you have the ways to tap your things freely and sort of manipulate your board into becoming a bunch of 1/1s. I don't really want Thoughtseize against their deck, but the fact that they probably, like, they could have collected company as well. This hand is not good enough, but I'm going to keep. I have Nykthos. We're just going to hope that this Overlord gives us juice. I think I can Overlord first. Well, I don't actually want that. So, could be worse. We got a free Bloodghast. I do need actual spells, though. Alright, well, they have the enchantment again, so I think that their deck is unplayable if they don't play that card, but we might be dead now. Alright, well, we hit something. Maybe we can do some Nykthosing. Kind of a busted start by us, where... Should have played Nykthos, actually. I was thinking maybe I want to hit with the Mutavault. But I'm going to sink all the mana into Louise, and if I draw a second Nykthos... Another one, okay. Well, if they have Counterspell, my life sucks, but what can I do? Holy cow. Let's not counterspell. So if they don't block, we'll get haste. The future, but if they do block, it's still just going to come back. And I also have the Louise to give it haste. So, a big deal for me. A blocker as well, which is kind of nice. Yep. Yep. One, two, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8. Bang. So I have... I guess this should have attacked, maybe. It doesn't really matter, but like... I should attack with it because I have Takenuma into Black Overlord into Grey Merchant because I have so much mana. Alright, well that's cool. We did the Overload Bloodghast Nykthos thing, so... You can at least see some of the power of the deck, even though the other things don't always come together. I think we run it back. If they draw, like, they drew 2 of the enchantments that game, and we did our thing, so we got out of it. But, I mean, it's not always going to work that way for us. But even if they do draw the enchantment, if we can find our Meathook Massacre, I think we'll be okay. It's kind of difficult against the Lord. The Lord is, like... I think I said the enchantment was the only card that matters. That's not true. The Lord is incredible. The flash one. That card is great. Alright, play this, go. So we've got Overlord again, which is nice. Hope for another Bloodghast. I don't know if that make disappear in their deck. It's possible they just aren't playing Collect a Company. It also could just be AFK and it's not that serious. Alright, let's take Slasher and play for the... combo. It's unlikely to work. They've got Tappers, they've got Into the Flood Maw. They got a bunch of stuff, but... Alright. 15... Nothing. Huh. No enchantment. It seems like they have some sort of spell they can play, but they decided not to play it. I don't really know what that's going to be, but... I think we just jam this and don't overthink it. They could like Tidebinder this and then block it, which is fine with me. I mean, we'll trade for something. Actually, that's not true. Tidebinder, or I don't know the name of the card. I think there's some flash thing that makes my creatures lose abilities. That would be a 3/3. I forgot about the Lord. So they could just eat my guy if they had that. They don't have to worry about the Dice Trigger or the Death Touch because it just removes all the text. But I still think I just send in like whatever. My hand's pretty wrapped up. Like, all I'm going to do is cast Grey Merchant. Okay. Sure. Well, I mean... Okay, there's the thingy. A little late. Okay, mass kill Overlord. You got it. Can attack me. Well. 4. This is for 7. Just lethal, right? If I get to connect with the Bloodletter and then resolve a Grey Merchant, I have lethal. It's gonna be 5, 6, 7, 14, 8. So I think I just play for that. Could also Grey Merchant for 4 to 12. But then my Bloodghast won't have haste. I think this is just how I'm supposed to play it. Okay. hope they don't hit an end of the Blood Maw, I guess. They draw? Alright, whatever. GG's. Nice.